You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Table for One. Today we are playing Lumiose Zygarde, which is a lovely, really cute tabletop rendition exclusive of a game called Scotland Yard, which is a hidden movement deduction game where one player is going to be Zygarde, who is secretly moving around the entire city of Lumiose, where the rest of the players will be playing as detectives who will be going around the board using their movement tokens to move, and with the ultimate goal of trying to find where Zygarde is. The trick here is that with movement games, someone is invisible to the rest of the people, and whereas for the Zygarde and all the detectives, they'll know where the detectives are on the board because they have their player token on the board at all times. Zygarde is kept track in the book specifically. His starting spaces, you show all your spaces in the book, so you're never actually going to know exactly where he is until certain turns in the game where he is forced to appear, which are shown right on down here. So in 3, 8, 13, and 18, he's gonna pop himself up, but the rest of the time it's kind of just a guessing game for everyone else to figure out where they are. So it's a race to see who can find them first. Well, I guess it's a race to see who will win, because it's either all the detectives win or Zygarde wins. Detectives win once one of them lands in the same space that Zygarde is currently in, and Zygarde wins if he can survive 24 entire turns without anybody catching him. So it's also important to note that no matter how many players you have in the game, there are always going to be 5 detectives. So there's going to be 5 detectives going against one Zygarde every time you play, and each detective is going to get 11 standard move cards, 8 special great move cards, 4 ultra move cards, and 1 mega move card. These will be how the player moves throughout the game, and in order to play your character on the board, you just draw one of these special start cards. So red is going to be starting on space number 191, and yes, there are that many spaces. This is a giant board. There's 190, so 191 is pretty close, I would assume. There it is. So red is going to be starting there. You also get your special little identity token. Identity card, I should say. This gives you, and you alone, a special unique ability based off of what detective you drew. So we have Naveen here. So for Naveen, once per turn, Naveen can exchange tutor tickets for the same tier for a ticket of the next tier. They can boost up their movement stuff, and there's a whole bunch for all of them to do. So we'll see which ones we get when we actually play. But if you wanted to move, quite simply, all you do is you play one of your tokens, depending on what path you want to take. If you are on a space without any special symbols, you can only really play the red move card, which takes you from one location to another that is connected to the same red line. So I can go 191 to 184. Let's say I started at 184 though, and I'm on a blue zone. That means I can use either the red line or the blue line because I'm on the blue. I can take a great move tile and go from one blue circle zone to a different attached blue circle zone. So I can go to 175, I can go to 176, I can go to 124, or I can go to 185. The possibilities end there. It's kind of awesome. That's only if I use the great move. If I use the regular move, I can go on so many places, 90 million places. I'm counting it. And then the same thing works for the ultra movement spaces. These are just generally bigger moves. Like I can go from here all the way down to 171. Because it's, one straight line from one yellow to the next, baby. You cannot pass between them, so I can't go from 185 to 38 over here. I have to go 185 to 183 to 38 if I'm going to be doing it like that, which I shouldn't be. I should be using regular moves there, but let's just say I only have ultra move tokens. I gotta go real slow about it. How do you get more of these tokens? Well, that's where these little wild zone markers come in, the little green fuzzy dudes. If you land on a green fuzzy dude, you will have the opportunity to roll this special little movement die here, and you will gain a ticket for whatever it lands on. So you can get a single, a double, you can get a normal, this one, and you get an ultra, but there's also, let's see, we have great, there's move, there's ultra, there's a double move token, there is a mega, double mega, and a regular mega. The mega move token acts as a wild card, so you can use it with anything. But yeah, so that is the detective's turn. Literally, all they're doing is moving on their turn. If they land on a bench, they have the opportunity to change the day to night or night to day. What does that do for you? I'll tell you what. When you flip the token to night, quite like in ZA, they really did make this very well thematically. Then a battle zone will appear. So you draw a battle zone card. It'll tell you which section gets the battle zone added onto it. In this situation, it's the blue district. So then, blah, 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 bam. The entire blue district has been coded in a battle zone. And now anyone who is traveling in there, Zygarde included, must pay double the tickets in order to maneuver until it becomes morning again, whether through a bench or through progressively going through the time. Because as you can see here, time moves on its own. Every 3-4 turns, some amount of turns, every set, there's a set amount of turns where things become day and night. So round 1, we're going to start on day, then at round 4, it's going to automatically turn night. Day 6 is going to turn day. And even if it is already on day, let's say like someone flips it to day here on round 5, it doesn't go to night on round 6. It just stays day. But that is about all you need to know for the detective. And Zygarde has some extra rules here, which I will be explaining right now. So as I mentioned before, Zygarde is going to be appearing automatically on 4 turns, just to kind of, give him some hope, I suppose. But however, it's not just all doom and gloom, because there is still plenty that happens during that stuff for you. You get a little reward for having to reveal yourself. Well, on the 3rd turn, you're going to be able to put a decoy, so there's going to be 2 of you on the board instead of just 1 of you. On round 8, everyone's going to be paying double the movement just to try to get to you, but they do see you. Round 13, Zygarde receives a double token for every 2 detectives in the same district as him, so if they're closing in, he gets a bit of extra movement, so he'll be able to use that to get as far away as he possibly can. And round 18, and until the end of the game, it's going to, Zygarde will benefit from mega moves, which are like the wild actions. So it's very important that you don't use those as much towards the end of the game. And once you are revealed as Zygarde, let's say it's round 3, you've been revealed like here. When your next move comes around, you will then be unrevealed, and you can move around in secret again, because that's just kind of how it works. Zygarde does get a different set of moving tiles. He gets 5 moves to start, 5 regular moves, 3 great moves, 3 ultra moves, 5 mega moves, and 2 double move token. Very, very snazzy double move token. And whenever Zygarde decides to make a move, whichever card he opts to use, it is placed on this tracker, so that way people can kind of keep track of how Zygarde has been moving throughout the entire game. And then when it comes to spawning in, once everybody spawns in, Zygarde is going to get 2 different cards, 2 of these little start cards, and he gets to choose which one he wants to start on depending on where everybody is starting in the game there. But other than that, I think that's about everything. Yeah, detectives are, using their abilities and using just their general movement tokens to hunt down Zygarde, while Zygarde is trying as best as he can to stay as well hidden as he possibly can be. And yeah, whoever completes their objective first will win the game. So that is Lumiose Yard. Let's get playing it, shall we? Alright, I've refreshed the entire board, and they already come preloaded with cameras, which is just... They really know what they're doing. Whoever made this table, I wish I remember that. I'm sure their name is somewhere in the book. Come on, you gotta be in the book. Their name's not even in the book? Dang. Okay. Oh, here, it's literally right there. Peeper Koi-fish. Thank you for making such an incredible port of an incredible mod to it. Looks like it's going to be an incredible game. I've not played it before, but I've played a little bit of Fury of Dracula, and this is again very kind of similar to Fury of Dracula. And the reason I've never played Fury of Dracula on Table for One before is because I never really knew how I wanted to go about doing it. However, and it's because of the hidden movement aspect. However, I have done before with kelp, where I just hid the movement of the octopus from you guys. So I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna play as a detective for you guys, and then I will cut whenever I'm making the move for Zygarde, and you won't get to know where he is until the detectives do, which I think is pretty fun. Um, I'll be playing them as fairly as I can. However, of course, bias is going to probably play a part, but who knows? We'll find out together. So let's just get started. Well, first I have to get everyone's. This part they didn't have to put a bag of bags. Do all this extra work. Pourquoi, I say, pourquoi? That's alright, it's alright, we're good, we're chilling. Zygarde's lovely little pieces. Okay, everyone's stuff is here. Well, I'm gonna give this a little shuffle. I'm also gonna give this a little shuffle, and let's see. Let's actually, here, let me do this. Let me give everybody their starting cards. So there they go. And again, Zygarde gets 2, and they get to choose where they're going to spawn based off of where everyone else is spawning in. Let's start with Yellow over here. Who is Detective Yellow? Yellow is Paxton. I don't know who the hell Paxton is, but here he is. Whenever Paxton's on a wild zone space, he may roll the encounter die 2 times. That's really strong. And he's starting on zone number 31. That is a really strong ability to start off with. That's kind of nuts. Because, I mean, that's like their main way you gain more tokens. As far as I'm concerned, it's actually the only way you gain more tokens. So I also don't know how Zygarde is going to gain more tokens. We'll find out together if that becomes an issue. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be an issue. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played this before, so I'll have to see. Detective number green, yep, is Felipe. Everyone remembers Felipe. Felipe may travel Blue Pass in the Blue District specifically for free, which is crazy. If the Blue District is a battle zone, he only pays 1 ticket to use the Blue Pass instead of 2. There's a QR code on all these. I'm not sure why, but there they are. And he's starting 191. I don't think that is going to be in the Blue District, but actually, it's right on the cusp, so that's pretty good. And also, there's a key here that tells you which section is actually in what section, because as you can see, this is kind of bordering, but 191 is in the pink district, so it does not count. It's in the magenta or whatever. Not the blue. So he's not there yet, but he's about to be, which is pretty sick, because he can just walk around, bro. He can just go wherever the heck he pleases, which is pretty sick. Now we have blue over here, who is Corina. If Karina's on a wild zone space at the start of her turn, she may spend a mega move ticket to warp to any unoccupied wild zone space of her choice, which counts as her turn. So she can spend a mega to literally go to just teleport wherever. That is incredibly strong. And starting on number 75, everyone's pretty well spread so far. So no one's really overcrowding, which is kind of nice. Zygarde's in trouble. Zygarde is in some serious trouble here. Pink, Detective Pink is Detective Harmony. Who are you? Who is Harmony? Whenever Harmony's on a wild zone space, they can roll. Okay, they're the same thing as. Let's get rid of Harmony. Because they're the exact same thing as Paxton over here. We don't need the same abilities everywhere. We got Ansha. Ansha pays every other movement ticket to a teammate of her choice instead of Zygarde. Oh! So they're giving them the movement tokens. Is that in the rules? Each player is given a detective bag. Zygarde. Oh my god. Sorry, soup. If it does say, I'm a big old idiot. I didn't see it. And it doesn't necessarily specify, from what I can see, that they're supposed to be paid to Zygarde, but it makes sense that way. So I'm digging that. So now thank goodness I drew Ansha, or I would have been very lost this entire game. Okay, so now I can see where Zygarde's getting more of his tokens from, and I'm seeing where everyone else is gonna still be able to have some. This all makes sense now. Where's Ansha starting? At 86. Spin me right round, baby, right round. 86 is down here somewhere. 86. So a little close to blue, but not necessarily a bad thing to be close to blue. And I guess we can use these cards. Need them, right? Hopefully. And then the last is Detective Red, who is Labane. Labane may travel Blue Pass in the Rogue District for free if the Rogue District is in a battle zone. So they're the same thing, kind of, as Felipe. So do we keep it? I'm gonna keep it just because it is a different zone that they're occupying there. The Rogue, I believe, is the red. Yes. So the red and the blue we have some better movement in it. And 115, they are not close to it. They are not close at all. 115 is in the green zone. So a lot of people, oh, they're as far away from the red zone almost as completely possible. That's not great for Lebane. Lebane. Also like a Detective Peeb over here. They're pretty chilling. I'm gonna move you a little bit. I'm gonna move you over there so that way kind of place that there. Actually, I can just go there. I'm trying to clean up a little bit before we start this game. But now everyone has had a chance to gain their stuff. They have spawned in. I am now going to place Zygarde. Okay, I have deleted the cards and I have placed him by writing where he is starting in the book. And Zygarde gets to go first. So I'm going to I'm gonna zoom in a little bit just so I can kind of see the numbers a little bit better. Let's see. I'm going to move Zygarde in my brain, and he follows all the same rules as everybody else. So he is moving, and he's going to be playing a red tile to move. And that's all they know. That's all they get to know. However, I'm going to write it down so that way no one thinks I'm cheating. Although I guess, I mean, I'm going to be cutting, so it's like I could just cheat anyway. Because I can just write, I can just lie, right? But I'm not going to lie. I'm not a liar. I'm not one of those liars. So now it's up to red. So now we're going to go, well, I guess clockwise. Zygarde was clockwise. So we'll go with Paxton over here. Paxton, again, he kind of wants to hit up those wild zones. Where is Paxton? Paxton is which color? He's yellow. Okay, he's over here. So he's like he has to use a red. So he may as well just kind of. I think he's just gonna bring himself towards the middle of the board. Whoa, there we go. Just to kind of give himself a bit of range, a bit of work with, and he's going to be paying a red token over to Zygarde. We now have Felipe. Felipe is the green one. He's going to bring himself into the blue zone. He's going to waltz on over to 124 from 191. There is... I don't know if that... I think I have to stop here, actually. Because I think that's more so... That's connected to there. I could be wrong about that. It's kind of hard to tell. Well, no. I think actually I can go here. Because... Like, take this one, for example, 128. You'd have to go that way or that way. Like, in this way, you could go that way or that way, but, like, I don't think it's a net. It isn't, like, right in the middle of the path. Like, this to that, very obvious. This to this, I mean, you could bend around the corner there, because otherwise, how would you get there? Yeah, I think I can skip over 119. However, it does still cost him a red token over to Zygarde there. And now we have Karina. Karina is the blue, which is currently in here. Let's see. They are going to... Well, if we look out, we already have some people kind of everywhere. The only place where they're not is over there. But for now, I think they're gonna... They're gonna, like... I think they're gonna go to the 65. I kind of... It centers them out over here. It gets them ready to, like, move over. If yellow wants to move over... to pink to kind of spread that zone. They can take over red while these two figure themselves out over here. So they're gonna go right on over here, and they're once again spending a red token to do so. Now we have Ansha over here, who is pink, and they are thinking, hey, can we go? Oh, you can go through the prison tower in this one. That's cool. That's neat as hell. But they're thinking, you know what? Why am I here? What am I doing? What are we rocking here? I'm gonna give Karina this red tile so they can go to the middle, where they're going to hopefully try to get, you know, just somewhere in the board. Because for now, I think red is going to be stuck there for a little bit. However, again, they do have like the big move tiles that they could use, but they're also not next to one. So they're really gonna have to work for it if they want to get there. It's gonna take a couple turns. But Ancha's moved, and now it is Lebane's turn. Lebane is red, and they hate life, don't they? I mean, they can travel pretty fast. They're gonna use a red because they have to use a red. But for now, you know, they're trying to make it work. And no one's landed on a bench. No one's landed on anything special. We have some people on the blue zones, so if they want, they can use the great moves next turn. However, we're gonna move Zygarde again. Okie dokie. So now I will reveal that they used another red move token there to make their next move. So he's not feeling very threatened, is what I think is the easiest thing to assume from this. We now have Paxton again, who is the yellow player, not next to a wild zone. I think yellow is going to kind of try to sweep a little, because I think it would pay to do that. So he's actually going to use one of his great moves. He's going to spend a great move to go from 39 to 185. Because now he's in zone. He can use either like the yellow to beam over there. Because also keep in mind, next turn, Zygarde is going to do a reveal. So the closer he is to a space where he can move anywhere he wants is going to be very, very nice. So that was Paxton's move there. Felipe, on the other hand, is just kind of cruising. And again, he can use the blue paths for free. So he's like, hey, brother, I don't even need to use these great moves. I'm just going to walk around. I'm going to 137. Are you in 137? No? Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. And that was his turn. He didn't need to use token. Karina, now, here. Karina, what will Karina... Karina is where? Karina is blue. Karina is blue. I feel like they want to get close to the wild zone. So they're going to use a red token, once again, to kind of inch their way towards it. Because they got the ability that lets them teleport to any wild zone. So if we can get them close to a wild zone to just teleport to wherever the hell Zygarde's going, that's going to be pretty huge. And it's at least going to put some threat on him to not try to go into a wild zone. At least for the future turn. For at least this next few turns. Because otherwise Karina might just pounce on him. But now we have Ansha, who is the pink one. Ansha, where was Ansha going? I kind of forget. I think, I think Ansha might stick. Or, ooh, I burped a little. They're gonna use another red. They're gonna give it to, let's give it again to Karina. Just kind of keep Karina stacked up. Actually, no, let's give it to, who's the one? Oh no, that was from the tutorial. Whoever had the character to let you like swap tokens around. That's a really good ability. I wish we still had that one. But yeah. So Alan just giving up another red. They're just gonna move over to 120. Now they're on a yellow. So now they can literally freaking beam. And it has to be a yellow line, keep in mind. So if I want to go to 199, that's a red line. I can only use a red token for that. But the yellows, hey man. The yellows are fair game. But now we have Lebane, who is still pretty far away, but they're going to be using a great move. Pass that over to Zygarde in order to bring themselves. So that is a blue line all the way to 101, right? Yes, it is. They're going to 101. They're inching their way over to the Rogue District so where they can really strut their stuff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is round 3. So he is going to surface, but when surfacing this turn, Zygarde may place a decoy on the board in addition to revealing themselves. The decoy position must be connected to Zygarde's actual position by 1 ticket of movement. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 1 space away, just as long as it's one single ticket away. So he's gonna have to reveal himself, and he's gonna have to then. Is he revealed at the beginning of the turn or at the end of the turn though? I think it would have to be at the beginning, right? After Zygarde's move. Okay, so after is rough. So they're gonna do something, and then they're gonna really have to. They're gonna be sitting there, just kind of stone cold stunner for a while there. But he's gonna make his move, and then he will be doing his first of 4 reveals. Okay, so Zygarde is once again using just a standard red move, and he is now going to be revealing where he could possibly be. And the places he's revealing are numbers 69 and 68. So one of these two feckers, I guess I can just do this. One of these two feckers is full of shit, but one of them is also the real Zygarde. So Karina is already spawned in very, very close to where Zygarde's gotta be. And now everyone knows, shit, I'm in the wrong house. Because no one else is really close to where they gotta be. So they gotta get moving now. But now we got Paxton over here. Paxton's like, oh man, I mean, I still got lots of movement. I still got lots of options. They're the yellow fella. I mean, that's not a yellow line, so they could use a blue to go between. He used the blue to go to 39, which would actually be probably his best move, actually. So he's gonna blue it to 39. Here you go, Zygarde. I have a nice little blue token on me. So you can use that blue token and get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's a really big stretch. It can, like, go all the way out there. It can go all the way out there. Or he's this one, and it could literally just... who knows, honestly. I guess I do. Felipe is blue fella. Blue fella is going to... well, he's gonna use his big blue freeness to just go over to 140. He's gonna get as far as he can with the free blues before he can't anymore. 144 does still count, but he might just want to go, like, all the way to 95 if he can, which I think he can. It's connected to a blue line, so he can. So he's probably gonna do that. But that's not on his turn anyway, because I know it's Karina's turn, and Karina's like, oh shit, I'm really right that freaking close? Well, sign me the hell up. And they have a choice to make. The thing is, though, if they use another blue, they don't really have the option of using another blue after that, because then they have to just use the reds to get over there. Because then they're also not even on the gold path. So it's kind of rough. Kind of a rough choice for them. But the best option, because if they go there, it's going to take 1, 2, 3 turns to get to the first fake Zygarde. It's going to take 1, 2, 3 turns to get to a possible Zygarde, but then he's already long gone. Or he's going to go over here and go 1, 2, also 3 at the minimum. So it's kind of a rough go. I think what Karina is going to do is they're going to spend a red. They're going to spend a red to get over here. So that way they can kind of... they're putting some pressure on. Trying to keep them away from any potential wild zone funk going on here, you know? I feel like that's the best idea, but I don't know. It's kind of on it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's really not. I don't know. No, actually, I disagree with that move. I'm not gonna do that one because I actually don't think that was the right move. I think a blue over as close as I can get, just to put some fear into him and also, like, limit his potential movement. So we're gonna go to 76 instead. So that's gonna be a great move over to 76. And now we have Ansha once again. Ansha is pink, and pink's, like, pretty close. Is there a yellow? There's no yellow line there. The only yellow line is all the way to the bottom. However, then that gets them to a potential all the way back over there. So you know what? They're doing it. And they don't have to spend... they can spend this token, and then they can give it to whoever the hell they want. And since well, they actually need to give it to somebody who's probably further away, because they're going to be spending it soon. But honestly, I feel like, yeah, because Karina has a lot of potential movement power. Right now, you know who doesn't? Laban. Laban is kind of looking rough, but they're paying their token, and they are going to be going all the way down to 154. They are moving, because then they're going to be able to go all the way to 94 and kind of pincer them there. They're really in a stranglehold right now, so hopefully they'll be able to keep it that way. Whereas Laban, still kind of rough. However, they can get to 88, or they can... no, they can't bounce back that. How did they get there? Oh, there is a blue line there. Okay, they could bounce back to 113, but they're still too far away from any of the gold zones for that to really be worth their time. You know what? I think... yeah, we still have a lot of tickets. There's no real reason to go for the wild zones and the benches and whatnot. Oh, the benches could be kind of crazy, because then it also limits Zygarde's potential movement if we draw a yellow. So, but also then if we draw a yellow, then green is kind of screwed. Everyone gets kind of screwed there. They're just gonna spend a blue. You're gonna spend one of these funky little blues, just going up to 88. They're making their way there. They are making their way there as fast and as best as they can. And then, once Karina moves, then they'll be able to move into that position, just following right behind their trail. So they're actually one of the closer ones to this thing that's happening here. But as it stands, it is now round 4. So now Zygarde has a chance to make some moves. So, first of all, we get rid of both of the zones there, and now it is time. But before the action is made, actually, day 4, well, round 4 goes to nighttime. So the battle zone is actually going to activate on its own anyway, and it is actually the Jawn district. That is crazy. So now they are completely taken over there. I gotta snag the blue from under there. So now the blue is going to be doubly difficult to get out of for everybody involved. So this is rough going, especially for poor old Zygarde. But however, Zygarde's got a ton of tickets right now. So Zygarde is going to be using one of his very limited double movement tokens because let's face it, they're getting a little close to comfort, a little close for comfort on this move here. They're a little afraid. They're not sure what's happening here, so they're going for the double. They are going to be doing a standard move, which takes 2 tokens, and then they're going to be doing a great move, which takes 2 other tokens. So some crazy stuff, lots of extra movement, like way more than he ever wanted to pay. And now it is our turn as Paxton over here. And Paxton, however, did kind of just learn something. And everyone kind of learned something. So he was either here or here. If he used a red and then a blue, because that's how the double works, we can tell which order the things happen. If he went red then blue, if he was on 69, he literally couldn't connect to somewhere that would let him go straight onto a blue right after where he moved. So we know that he was here, and because he went blue, he went to here. So now it's kind of the matter of he either went to 53 or he went to 82. Those are the only 2 potential connections. So at this point, it's a race to get as close to 53 or 82 as we possibly can get. And luckily, yellow is incredibly far away from any of that because we were kind of playing a different game a second ago. But now he's got to get his moving on, and by Joe, he's gonna do it. He's going over here. He's playing a blue to get on over to 64, and I believe the battle zone only counts when you're moving in it. When any player is in a district that has become a battle zone, they must pay double their regular for travel. Okay, so no. So you have to be in it in order to be experiencing the difficulty. So they were not in it, and now they are in it. So now on the next turn, at least until daytime comes back in. So maybe they want to kind of hit a bench soon. But for the time being, just 1 token for old Paxton there. And now we have Felipe. Felipe is the green one. Felipe is very far away. But he's still, cruising around. He's still living that freebie life. I don't know if this counts as being free. I'm gonna pay him up because he's traveling into a green. Yeah, he has to travel blue pass in the blue district for free. So he's going from blue to green, so I think he has to pay for that. But he's inching forward as well. And Karina's like, oh hell no. However, this blue line does not connect to 82. So even if they wanted to confirm 82, they literally cannot on this turn. If they were on the gold line, if they were on 74, they could. But because they're not, they're unable to do so. So they're going to have to just kind of, I mean, there's really no, that's the thing. This is a spot where there's really not a whole lot of options because now all of it is just red path. And they can't just like double up the red path. So they're gonna have to. What they're gonna do is they're gonna pay 2 blues. I think this is just a way that makes sense. They're gonna have to go down to 62, and they're gonna try to just jump over using one of the wild zones on their next turn because they're currently being like hotboxed out of the zone, out of the location, which is kind of a bummer for Karina. But not for Zygarde. And now we have once again Ansha. Ansha is the pink one. Ansha already had their move played out in their brain, and they're like, "Hey, who needs, who's gonna be moving some gold soon? Yellow is gonna be moving gold soon. Hey, I have this token, and then I'm freaking zooming on over. They're going all the way to 94, which is not 82, so we still can't exactly know for sure which one they're on. However, if they were here, they are in trouble. They're in some serious trouble. Okay, so now it is Red's turn. Red is thinking. Laban is thinking. And they're like, hey, listen, I could go over there and do that exact same thing. But now also the question that I'm thinking is it gonna be better? Because round 6, it's gonna flip back over. I was gonna go for a bench with Laban, but I think making Zygarde still pay double is gonna be pretty nice to have. So, because he's no matter what, he's still in the yellow zone wherever he managed to wind up. Um. So yeah, we're gonna rock that. We're gonna rock that maneuver here. So we're gonna let him stay there. The ban is because if they're 82, they're like scot freaking free, man. They can go wherever the hell they want. But we're gonna go to 84. So I think that makes the most sense because if he's on 82, if he wants to yellow away, he goes to 74, and that way, we're pretty close already. We can kind of pincer that potential option there. And if 53, we'll figure it out from there. But as it stands, this is where our current board is, and we have him kind of cornered, but not in like a meaningful way, not yet anyway. But we'll get there. We're gonna get there. But now it is Zygarde's turn once. So Zygarde is deciding to make a maneuver, but he's doing something a little crazy. He's using his mega move tokens. He's using 2 mega move tokens, so we know that he's still in this area. But because he's using the mega move tokens, we don't actually know what he just did. It could be a move, a great move, or an ultra move, which is actually kind of a serious bummer. Because now it's like, what the hell do we do? What do we play for? And I mean, so if he was on 82, he couldn't have passed this way without losing immediately because he can't just jump past another yellow zone. So what has to have happened here? Is there even a yellow connect? Oh, the yellow doesn't even connect to that. I didn't even know that. See, this doesn't even connect to the yellow. It's just red and blue. But then the blue doesn't even connect to that. So that's interesting. It's good to know. But if he was here, he could have blued. He could have blued past and gone to 99. Could have also red past, but then he would have gotten lost immediately. So he's either here. He couldn't have gone there. He's either here, or he backtracked with the blue and went to 69, or he backtracked red and went 81 or 80. I don't think he would have gone 80 though because of the grass. So we got to be careful of that. And if he went 53, he either went 69, 82, 45, or 49, 58, or 71 with a red. So, I mean, him going in this direction seems a little sketchy. I don't think he would do that. I feel like he would have pushed, but also, see, I feel like he either went here to kind of evade out of the yellow zone, or he went like up to try to evade us as we're kind of pushing into the yellow zone. So, with that being said, it is now, I believe, yellow's turn. He's already yellow. And keep in mind, he could have also used the yellow pass, so he could have gone. He could be at 40. So you know what? That's a good point, because if he was here, he could have beamed all the way to 40. So yellow is actually going to do something crazy. He's going to spend 2 of his ultra move tokens, because again, he's in the yellow zone still, and he's going all the way to 40. He's saying, "Are you in 40?" And he's not in 40, but that just means that we now have some stuff on the top kind of surrounding him there, assuming he's there anyway. But now we have green going. Felipe is on the move. Felipe is slowly encroaching. He's gonna kind of be he's gonna be back here, but he's also gonna be trying to do the he's gonna check for 99 for us while Magenta kind of pushes their way back in there. As we now have Karina. Karina is going to be just using a simple 1 red move token to move into a wild zone. And since they're in the wild zone, they're gonna roll a die because they can. There's literally no reason not to. They gain 2 wild tokens, which is crazy. 2 extra wild is also, they use those, and they spend a mega move ticket to warp to any unoccupied wild zone space of their choice. That is their entire turn, but that's still a really good turn. And now Laban is here as well. 84 can't go too crazy. But hey, we can at least say we're here. The wild zone is about to the battle zone is about to disappear. So I think what they're gonna do is they are going. It's tough. It's a tough sell, but I think they're gonna blue. How many blues do they still have? They have 5 blues. They have a lot of stuff. Also, what did Pink just do? Did Pink do anything? Pink didn't actually do anything yet. Pink was going to use a red token, and they're gonna give that to Laban, because why not? They're gonna go over here that way, because if they were in there, then they'd be screwed. But they're not. I know that because I know that. So we're pincering them in there, which is very, very nice. We're pincering them on the yellows. The only thing is, there's still a lot of different paths that could be taken to weasel out of there. But now it's Leban's turn. Now Leban will be taking a blue. And they're gonna go over here into 72. So now it is round 6. The morning begins. Caw, and then everything's back to normal here. So now wherever Zygarde is, it's regular moving season, keeping things adrift and ajar. But we're getting close to another reveal. And Zygarde is going to make a just simple one little move. Nothing crazy. He's not really about that life, you know? He's a very simple man. Yeah, not a whole lot of craziness going on over there. Okay, so yeah, we know that he's made another basic move, which doesn't help, because now that just means he could have gone, he could have branched into any spot. So now it's kind of rough, but we do still generally know he's somewhere, at least he's either somewhere in here, or he's moved into somewhere down here. That's kind of the understanding, at least from my head, that how this is working. So now we have good old Yellow. Yellow is here. Yellow is at 40 already, so he can make some moves. He has to move. So I mean, I feel like Karina might go here. If he went for a red, he's going from a red. He was he was here, which then he went here. So then he either went from there or there. If he was there and made, but then they said the fact that he made an anything move, he could have gone like here and then is now here or here or here. He could have gone. He could have. Yeah, he could literally be freaking anywhere, man. The mega move is really throwing me off. But I think he is going, because Karina can teleport over here to see if he's moving his way up. I think he's going to move his way kind of over here, because to kind of, right now we don't know where he is. I think it is wise to spread out, but not thin, you know? So kind of just like surround the perimeter, and then we can be close enough to each other so we can kind of pincer him into somewhere. So we're going to use a red on good old my guy here, and he's going to go to number 9. Whereas Felipe, Mr. Green over here, is like, hey, they could still be somewhere down here. Let's not forget that. If they made a red move, so if he's down here though, we're assuming he did another blue and then he did a red. So he's either here, here, or here. If he's here, that's crazy. But we can actually check that with magenta. So I want to get as close to here as possible. So let's go to 113. Let's spend a blue to go to 113. Whereas Karina is spending a mega move for sure, which is it's a big move, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. And we're gonna jump over here. And are you there, Zygarde? No. But it could have happened. It could have happened, and honestly, now that they're still at a wild zone, they still get to do this, I used to think. And they get an extra little simple move, but it's nice to have, you know, it's nice to have. And now it is Ansha. Ansha's turn to move. They're gonna bump down just in case, because again, they could be doing some shit in plain sight. Who's got the least amount of reds? You got 9, 10, 11, 11. There you go, pal. That's for you. Boom, boom. Are you here? No. Oh shit. At least we thought about it. Okay. And now it is just red here. I mean, from here, blue isn't really getting you anywhere, you know? It's not really paying the bills. There is also the possibility that Zygarde is just staying in the same exact freaking area and just playing us like a fool, which is very, very possible. So we'll blue over into here. But actually, we're kind of really wasting our blues. So you know what? Let's red into this bench. And you know what? We're going to freaking sleep, yo. So it was daytime after round 6, but now it's back to night. So we're just gonna make another zone all haunted and shit. The green zone. Oh, I mean, honestly, that's actually pretty good. Because again, Zygarde could. This is actually really huge, because if Zygarde is here, now we're basically going to know that Zygarde is here. That was actually an insane freaking pull. That's awesome. Because then we know if we're wasting our search efforts down there. That's freaking huge. And we're gonna have to find out right now, because that was the end of their turn. Now let's see how Zygarde moves. Okay, and Zygarde is using another mega move to go somewhere. However, it is not 2, so we know that he's not in the green zone, which is very good to know because we have like almost half of our efforts in the green zone, which means that he's either somehow really wheeled his way over here, which is very unlikely. There's no way he's over there actually, almost definitely. Unless he's like a yellow, like was it there? Unless he was there, yellow with a mega move, and then moved, and then like mega moved, and he's or like move. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I don't think he's over there. He has to be somewhere like in this zone. I'm feeling pretty good about. So who's up first? It is Mr. Yellow. Yellow is over in number 9. Maybe he's in 44. I mean, he's. I don't know what moves he's doing. I feel like best case scenario. Best case scenario. Move down here, because that's the. We're leaving this whole zone very exposed. I feel like. Okay, well, I feel like definitely this is a good move. John taking the blue on over to there. I feel like it's just a good move in general. And now it is Felipe's turn. Felipe's going to spend double to just exist. He has to get moving, and now he's really out of position, which is unfortunate for us on this side of the field here. And because it's nighttime, this zone is staying for a while until we get to another bench. So we really want to get to another bench. Is there a bench nearby for him to go to? No. Is there only like one bench like per section or something? I don't see a single freaking bench. Not a single bench in the green zone? It's a crazy world we live in. Maybe it's because it's a battle zone. We can't sleep in the battle zone. Silly. Uh, he's gotta move. He needs to get the heck out of here, man. So we're gonna have him go. He's only got one mega move? Oh, everyone has one move to start. I see. He's going to. He's gonna have to go for a great move. Just using 2 tokens sucks ass, especially on around 7. This is 7. It's literally around 7. But he's gonna have to move. He's gonna have to get as far out as he can with it, which really isn't far. He can't even go to 105. I guess he can. It's just not. He's gotta go the long way, I guess. We're gonna go to 114. Gonna go to 117, then we can be out of here. But it's gonna take a lot of turns to get there. Meanwhile, Karina, I mean, is there a chance that he's somehow on 80? I don't want to give him another Mega Move token, so I think either it's we just move maybe 49, we can move to 40, you can move to 41, you can move to 45. I mean, I'm trying to think of where. I think 45 is good. I'm trying to think, because like if they can either jump to 80, but they're gonna be pretty close by there, and he wouldn't be on 80. There's no way he's sitting on a damn wild zone, knowing Karina is on a wild zone. So I feel like if he's over here, he's over here, and they're about to just jump over to there for sure. So they can cover that zone pretty well. We'll move to 45. We'll red token to 45. That seems fair. Ansha is going to spend I believe that's just a red. Red on over to what is this, 10. Everyone's got plenty of freaking reds. But we're going back into here. Actually, it costs 2 reds. Sorry. There you go. Actually, no, give those to Felipe because he's also gonna need those right pretty badly. Meanwhile, Laban over here has to take a red. We'll jump to 54 because that gives us a bit more potential range. It's either that or we just we go to 72. But no, because I think this is smart because then if they jump red, we can chase them red pretty quickly. So that just costs a red token. So now it's about to be another reveal. We'll see where he's about to move. Okay. And Zygarde is again using one of his double move tokens. So he's already used both of his double move tokens incredibly early on, might I add. So things are not looking good for him. However, he is using a regular move and then an ultra move. And is this important? No, not really, because we're about to see where he is. Everybody, where could Zygarde be? Make your guess now. Make your guess. Make your guess. Anywhere here. Anywhere here. You guys are about to find out where he is. In 3, 2, 1. He is currently residing in section red number 10. Huh? Anyone guess that? Oop, he's dead. Anyone guess 10? If you did, Good for you. I guess, yeah, go buy yourself something nice. You deserve it. But for the meantime, now that everyone's seen him, this is number 8. On this turn, all detectives pay twice the amount of movement tickets, so it's going to be a bit more rough to do some stuff if they have things they want to do that they don't have tickets for. But I think, generally speaking, everyone's still got a fair amount of tickets. We're not even halfway through them yet, so this isn't too bad of a cost. But here we are, and now it is Paxton's turn. So Paxton is yellow. He sees, oh shit, he's in the red zone. Hey, I can get pretty close. He's using a blue. However, he has to use 2 of his blues just to get ever so closer. And freaking Zygarde is stacked, man. Like, they're running very dry of their fast moves, except for, freaking Ansha. Somehow. I've literally just been using small moves for them, I guess. But, other than that, things are looking pretty rough. So they moved into 34, so they're trying to get closer. I mean, poor Felipe, man. I mean, he's not having a good day in terms of movement. He's just got to get to a yellow zone so he can start flying at him, because otherwise, this is rough. This is really bad. But as it stands, he's gonna. Oh god, he has to just move a regular movement because he can't pay double a double. He only has 3. Oh, this sucks for Felipe. Poor Felipe, and it's about to be nighttime still, so he's still stuck in this hell. He has to pay 4 reds just to move effectively nowhere. He can go here or here. He's gonna go here, but he's not happy about it. Poor bastard. But also, he's literally the only one who is struggling. The rest of everyone else is kind of kicking ass right now. I'm gonna be honest. They're kind of genuine like crime fighters. And Karina over here is just like, hey, all right, this is what's happening. Cool. I spent 2 reds, and guess what, bro? I am going right back onto the wild zone, and you bet I'm rolling that dice. There's 2 more pink tickets. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Crazy for kind of all of them. They all kind of benefit from. Oh, both sides benefit from it. Because if Karina uses it, it's going to Zygarde, so he can use it, which is kind of nice for Zygarde as well. Ansha though, Ansha's like meep meep, and they're using one of their ultra. They're very. I'll be both their ultras. I don't know if they actually want to do that. I really don't think. Actually, you know what? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna spend this turn just being coy, being posh with it. They want some tokens. They're hoping for yellow or pink. Okay, well, I mean, that was, it is what it is, However, now they're actually off of the yellow zone, so it's going to take even longer to get back. Maybe that was a dumb idea. Maybe that was a really stupid idea. Well, it already happened, so it's kind of too late. Whereas Laban over here, they are going to... They could blue to 39. They could just go to... I think they're going to jump to 64. Then they can jump there and there. Actually, no. No, we'll keep them on 39. Then they can go to 32. No, but no one's in a great position right now. I do think 39 is the best because then they can at least jump there, and then they can bounce over there. So that way there's 2 people soon. Like, Korea's going to get there first, and then Laban will be... actually, Laban moves for free over here. 54. Oh, he's unfortunately yellow, so they're actually still not in the right zone, but they're about to be. And 39 is on their zone. You know what? They're actually they're gonna pay double blue. You're gonna pay double blue to get over here, because then the rest for it's gonna be freaking free, baby. But look at the stack that they've got going. Right, all of their they're moving a little too rambunctious, and now Zygarde's got plenty of options. And Zygarde sees his options, he fades away into the night, and he uses, goddamn right, a mega move once again. Oh, that's not all of them. He's not using all of them. Let's make that clear. Using one of his mega moves, and he is kind of just shrouding himself back into mystery. He could have gone anywhere. So we need to kind of assess the situation. He was on 10, which is unfortunate because it's on a yellow and a blue zone. So he could have either gone back to 40. He could have gone to 165. Oh, actually, he couldn't have gone to 165. So he'd have to gone to 38. he could have gone blue-wise. He could have gone Babam to 11, Babam to 18, Babam to 159. Or red, he could have kind of just what there, or there. So there's not a whole lot of options. He's either going into red, which would be kind of crazy, or he's starting to dip into the purples, which I think is what he's probably trying to do. So it's kind of either he went in there, or he went there, or he went like somewhere over here. He's somewhere over here or there, basically, because he could have gone over here, but why would he? It's just why would he? Okay, so now it is Yellow's turn. It is Paxton's turn. Paxton says, shoot. How much movement do I got? Not a whole lot left at this point. However, he can't. Honestly, you know what? I think he wants to kind of take a dip in the into a wild zone. So can we get him into a wild zone now, or are we gonna have to just take another couple turns to get there? Gonna take a couple turns to get there, but you know what? He, in the meantime, is going to go over to number 12. Because if he did go over here, he could shoot over here. He could like kind of shoot off into these little areas. He's just kind of he's gonna try to play red base, but he really shouldn't be playing red base. He's gonna go 32, but that doesn't bring close to a wild zone. He wants to go. He needs more tokens, man. He really needs more tokens. Like almost more than anything, he needs more tokens. So is there a blue that he could get to? No, at least one of the wild zones was blue as well. Whichever one that was, I kind of don't remember anymore. I know I saw one. There, 117. So maybe that's the only one. But for now, let's. But then if he gets in there, he's like stuck in there. Like he's firmly planting himself in there. He can't be afforded to do that right now. We're on Zygarde's ass, so they're gonna use a blue. Don't necessarily agree with it, but we kind of had no choice. Actually, maybe we did have a choice. You know what? We're gonna blue over here. We're gonna blue over here because I think let's go here. Bam, bam, if we gotta. It'll take a few turns, but it also sets us up to be kind of up here, and then they're gonna go over here, and then Karina's gonna be over here. So we're gonna have people pretty spread, at least in this like red pizza triangle. But for now, it is it's Felipe's. It's also still nighttime, by the way, so he's still trapped in hell. No one's using a bench. No one's like, hey, Felipe's is like, oh. But he moves, and again, another 2 of these delicious red tokens. I use one of his, and he's just over here, and he's gonna roll these dice and hope for something nice. He got an ultra move, which is pretty nice. I will not deny that, because then you can go there and he can really start chugging along. He can really start moving. Unfortunately, he cannot move on there, but if he'll get there. He'll get there. He's fine. Karina is on his own. They have to use a mega because they have to bounce to here, because if they don't, things are completely screwed. And are they there? No. But imagine. And then it is Ansha's turn. Ansha is also pretty far away. They've kind of made some mistakes, but still around. They're still kicking. And you know what? They're going to use one of these little delicious red. You're kind of looking low on those now, Felipe. And they're just going to go right back over to 82, because they're going to go wham, bam, 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 and then they're going to be able to kind of they're gonna cut right on. Oh, they can literally make that red line. They can cut right through the middle there, and then they'll wind up into pink in like a couple turns, which is kind of nice to keep the search around where they're supposed to be, which is very, very good. As for the ban, blues are free, baby. They're going to 32 for no cost, which is awesome. And that was the end of round 9. Do this. I didn't mean to do this. Sorry. There we go. Meant to do that. Zygarde will be moving. What was it? It was just a regular ass move. He's using a regular ass move to do some regular ass stuff wherever he might be. So he's still not in the green zone, which is, I mean, if he was, how the hell did he wind up there? But he's not. So that's good to know. So we still have yellow over here. Yellow he's making a bit of a selfish play, but he needs some dang tokens, so he's going over 13, because then he still has access to the blues, and he can kind of beam around where he's gotta. And there's still half the game left, so the sooner he does this, the better. He's rolling for 2. He gets himself an ultra, and he gets 2 wilds, 2 megas, and an ultra. This die is really heavily weighted in their favor, man. I don't think I've seen them. I think only one move has been rolled so far, which is kind of nuts. So good on them. Good on everybody here. That was his move. Felipe, it's almost daytime, pal. You're gonna waltz right out of it, right when it matters the least. But at least you've made it, pal. That's what's important. That's what's getting you the big bucks, the big cajones. He's humbly waltzing his way out of this zone of hell that he's been trapped in for the last 4 turns. And now he's back in his territory, baby. So he's gonna walk around as he sees freaking fit. I tell you what. But for now, he's actually not going anywhere. As Karina decides to make their move, and they're like, "Hey, they made a regular step. They literally could have gone. So they essentially went from being here to doing anything and then making a regular step. So it's essentially two anythings could have happened here. If it was a yellow, if it was a yellow, we're fucked. We're actually fucked. And then a regular step just to like a wild, but then they wouldn't have gone to a wild zone. Take them forever to figure that out. Do they split? You were there. What happened to you? I don't know what happened there. I think I was gonna have them beam over here, but maybe it's best that they stay over there in case they went that way. Because he was here, and it is perfectly possible for that yellow beam to have gone right back over to where they were, and everyone just immediately ran over here. It is possible. So actually, we're gonna do, or they could beam back over themselves, and then they can kind of get closer to the middle. We'll do that. We'll do that. Karina, they don't want to use another mega token. They can't be just giving all those up. Because then the end game is going to be rough with a bunch of mystery nonsense. So we're going to just play it chill. We'll play it really chill. We're gonna go into 157 just for the hell of it. For the hell of it, we're going to 157. And now it is Ancha's turn. Ancha says we. Ancha, and then this will be going to not you for sure. But not a whole lot of people are using the ultra moves, but we're about to see Felipe use one, so we'll at least give Felipe a token. And then they're going wee to 74. So then they can just take a red to 185, and then they are in the freaking ticket booth, bro. They're in zone. They're in business. But right now it's Laban, and Laban says wee to 35. Yeah. I mean, or they can go to 24. Because again, they're either over there, they're either over here, or they're still in here. They're definitely not in blue or green. Almost definitely, they're not in blue or green. If they are in yellow, they're very close to red yellow. So we go 24, just to kind of play the zones here. Now is the end of round 10. So now round 11 happens, daytime is up, and now blam, back to regular, normal ass living over in the vert section, whereas Zygarde is going to be making his move. And once again, Zygarde is feeling pretty good. They're just going for a standard movement once again, really reserving their tokens for when things get really bad, which you can't disagree with the plan there. But now it's really like, where the hell is he? Where the heck is this guy? We're about to find out in a couple more turns, so honestly, it might just do us justice to kind of meet up as close to the center as possible so we can just spread out, or at least get as close to the golds as possible so we can spread out that way. Because Mr. Guy over here can go 1 and then 2, and then by the time we're back over there, he's over there. They're gonna be here, and they're gonna go just to like somewhere else in the golden pass down there. I think it's just gonna be a good idea to just get set up to get where they gotta go as fast as possible. Because at this point, I feel like it's kind of where they could be in so much other section that it's kind of just makes sense to get people where they gotta go. So, Paxton over here is thinking, okay, 01 over onto this old red zone here. Felipe has to do some cool shit. But he's not gonna be using his ultra moves just yet. I mean, actually he could. Why the hell not? Let's just have him use an ultra move just because it's fun. Let's just have him go wee over here to 195. Because again, they're not really in the blue. We know they're not in the blue, so at least we're kind of getting closer to if they are in the pink. That's pretty good. Karina is going to. They don't want to walk back there just yet because they're still gonna have a couple more. So we'll kind of just pace around for a. We're gonna kind of just pace around. we still have what? We have 7, 5, 4, and a lot of those. But also, I mean, this is what, round 11. We're going to go there. Round 12, round, and then they move out. Round 13, they move, they get revealed. No, because we want to be on this spot on round 12. So we want to get, can we even do that? Oh, we can. We can just go here. We can go 158. So standard move. Then next turn we can end on the that zone, the wild zone, wild area. The Ansha is doing what they said they're gonna do. They are, however, running really low on red top. Well, actually, this goes to someone else. Running really low on reds. Everyone's just kind of really running low on everything right now, which is not great. But Ansha's going whoosh. Ansha's making move. Actually, you know what? Ansha can do it on next turn. Let's bring him over here. Go to 199, do some wild zone action. Because then on the next turn they'll be fine. And they got another red. So honestly, to each their own, man. They got kind of just got to mess around with the wild area a little bit, which is kind of fun. And Laban is like, man, if I can stay in my zone, I'm gonna stay in my zone. I'm going to 11. You in 11? No. Fuck. It's fine. Round 12. Zygarde is continuing their easy breezy moving streak as we move in to round 12. Halfway through the game now, everybody, and things are getting a little crazy. So again, the plan is very simple. To blue line for, oh, that's his last blue. Oh shit. We're gonna red line. He needs those blues for when it's actually really, really, really gonna matter. And if he gets there, then he can blue if he has to, but if not, he can move red again and just yellow. So he's got lots of yellow, so you can make that work. We can make that work. Well, but Mr. Felipe though, Mr. Felipe, he could go into there. He could spread out to the blue. There's no reason to go there. I think he's just gonna red. He's gonna red himself into 189. Just that way, he's still close by to some faster moving areas. Whereas Karina is going to do what they were doing before, which is just a simple, there you go. Enjoy it, pal. Whereas Ansha is going, all right, well, I tried getting cool token, didn't work out. I'm going to move over here now to, follow through with the plan. And then Laban is like, hey, man, you an 18? And he's like, no. He's like, shit. This sucks. And now, round 12 is over. We move on to round 13. Okay, so Zygarde has decided he's making his little gimpy another red move, which probably means he's not really all that close to anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, see what you've got going on here. Take a look at the board. Where do you think Zygarde is now? Lots of stuff has happened. Lots of small moves. He's been pretty docile ever since he got revealed. However, now it is time for him to be revealed once again. Ladies and gentlemen, he is currently on tile number 166. Is that what that is? 166? 166 is where he currently stands. Zygarde is pretty cornered, all things considered. Which is not how I think anyone expected this to go. However, maybe he did, because around 13, when servicing this turn, 13, Zygarde receives 1 times token for every 2 detectives in the same district as them. And so we've currently got Karina in here. We've currently got Felipe in here. And we currently have Ansha in there. This counts as rogue territory. So Laban is not in there. So they get 3 times 2 tokens for the entire rest of the game, which is kind of nuts. To get 3 of those is really, really crazy. But also that means, they're kind of on our tail. And now it's their turn, so it's like, oh, they know where we are. This has got really bad. This has got really, really bad. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. However, it is Paxton's turn, and now things are looking really different. Now Paxton's the one who's like behind, aren't I? But he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff he can do. So he's gonna make a bold play. He's going for the bench maneuver. He's going for the sit down and shut up, because it's about to be nighttime anyway. You may as well just make things even harder for no real reason. He's going nighttime, shuffling up, and if it's purple, things might go crazy. It's red. Oh, that's really unfortunate for everyone in red. 17 and 18. They are sitting. 18 and 17. So yeah, that's unfortunate for them. Their whole section has been, that section's been covered. not great for the band. But everyone else is kind of like, this is fantastic, honestly. Like, Felipe is just gonna blue over to there, get nice and close. Karina doesn't even really need to do her crazy shit. They can just kind of start inching their way over. They're going to go to 57, or they can go 156. Let's go 156. Let's do 156. So that's just a standard red move because, I mean, freaking Ansha can also just kind of. Oh, but Ansha. Oh, now that they went there, Ansha can't get over there themselves. But they do still have the option for blue, so they're going to go to 184. Things would have been a lot better in that situation, but at least now they're also not just wasting a blue. And now this blue can go to anyone who really needs a blue, like Paxton. So at least now they're using their blues. And then Laban having a blue and go way over to 162. So we've kind of got them. It does take both of theirs because of that stupid bencher, but it's a good play. However, now we know that Laban cannot do that again unless Ansha moves, which it is possible. It is possible. So they're very, very cornered. All right, now it's just kind of awesome. We're getting down to the end of the game here, folks. However, back into the shadows we go for round 14, and Zygarde is moving. And for Zygarde's first move, he's already using a double, and he's going to be making a red move. But then we're not going to get to know what that second part of his move is. So we know he took one small step in any particular direction, and then he went in any other particular direction from there. Where he was 166, so he either went 172, and then he would have to go on red, so he could be there, there, or there. He could have gone 165, and then, either gone there, died, or beamed all the way down here. He could have gone to 163, and then would have had to red move somewhere over here. Or he could have gone to 172. And so he's either over there, or he is very close to danger zone. And it's kind of just up to us to figure out which way we want to do that. Almost indefinitely, he's over there, right? Like, come on, let's be real. Let's be real human beings here. He's over there, right? Like, he's got to be. So we're gonna send at least our fastest moving fellas in that direction. Starting, of course, with Paxton. Paxton moving in lightning speed over here. he's going. He's just stuck, man. He's not. Now he's the stuck one. He's got to use 2 of these ding dong tickets to just. He's gonna go back over here. He's gonna get some more dang tickets because he's starting to run a little shy. He's just here. He's here setting himself up for some crazy plays, but the crazy plays have yet to come. But again, he's getting some nutty stuff. So like this is pretty. This is a stacked set of cards here. Whereas Felipe's in a. Now here's the thing, because I feel like Ansha wants to blue over there, but he also wants to yellow over there. So they're kind of at an impasse here as to which one to go for. However, I feel like an obvious solution is for him to just go red for this, and he can go here, and then he's blocking him there, so he can't just yellow path back over there. These yellow paths are only connected to each other, so he can't just block him. He's basically blocking him from backing up. He's blocking him from going that way, so he has to divert either into this little segment here or branch into the red zone. Or again, he could still be up here somewhere, which is what we're going to play for now, because now we have Karina, who will gladly just just kind of Peru. He's kind of chill. He's kind of go to 160. It's kind of it's a lame move, but I mean they're not on a wild zone. Anything cooler. And then we also have Ansha, of course, who's doing their blue. Give it a blue a little bad. I can go here. And now with this other blue, Laban is not going to move as well. They're going to 176. So now they're hoping that they are really pincering him. Because if he went here and then here, now he can't go to this blue, which is probably his plan. He's going to have to move up. But we didn't really do a good job keeping that blocked off. But that's assuming he was over here, which is very unlikely, but still. He's either somewhere in this little mosh pit here, or he's right there. That's what this whole thing boils down to right now. And now it is up to us to figure this out. And now we gotta see what Zygarde's gonna do. So it looks like these doubles are really paying off for him. He's gonna have to go at it once again. He's gonna be going for the red, and then he's going for double yellow. So it's interesting. So the double yellow is clearly obvious. He's doubled up, means he's in here, which means he was here, he's over there, and then he double yellowed. So he's right there. He's literally right there. However, it is so saddening to me that we can't get him yet because we literally know where he is. He's on 10, but no one is in a spot to get to 10 just yet. But we will. We will be there very, very soon, hopefully. Dang, this is rough. I mean, where's he gonna go from 10? I mean, he can't go that way. But he could go blue. So okay, we have some options here. Let's figure him out. So first of all, Paxton, for the love of God, man, can you like get somewhere? You need to get to like 40 stat. Like you're gonna have to go over to 7, which is gonna take another 2 freaking reds. But like, at least you're getting somewhere. Felipe, my guy, he's just gonna go for a red onto this blue. Simple red movement onto this simple blue movement because if he's here, he could blue over to there. He could also blue over here. That's it. So he's either blue, he's either gonna yellow, or he's going to just red move. Which he could just red move. No one is close enough for the red move to be countered. But we'll have to see. Oh, but for now, it's Karina. Karina is like, bro, I need to get to the damn wild zone. And they're going to go as quickly as they can to the wild zone. So they're going to be red tokening over there. Whereas Ansha's got another interesting choice to make for themselves because they can't exactly get there. I think going to 39 might be their best play. So they're gonna do another blue. Gonna give that blue also again to Laban. They're gonna go over there, and Laban is like, hey, if they're there, they could go there. So then if we're over here, that kind of it doesn't exactly counter that, but it does. It does counter it. It doesn't like stop it, but it does counter it. But then that's the end of that turn. So now we're on number 17. 16, sorry. So we're at 16 now, which means it is daytime, which means this bad zone goes away. So now Zygarde's free to move wherever the hell he wants. And move he will using one of these fancy mystery tokens. We don't get to know. We don't get to know what he did because it's a mystery, man. He could have gone anywhere. He could have literally gone anywhere. Now it's up to us to figure out where the hell anywhere is. Listen, he had to have been on 10. There's no doubt in my mind he had to have been on 10, which means that he couldn't have gone over here. So he's either here, and that means that red can just stop him. He either went here, and that means he's gonna be pretty easily stopped very soon. So we just need to kind of corner this. We can corner this spot if we want to. But again, he could also have connected to number 11, which means that he could be connected to number 24. So if we go to 32, maybe we can kind of branch some things off of there. But again, the most likely option is that he went way over to 40, and now he is just running away into the yellows. But he also could have been he could be playing things very small, not necessarily smart, but small. But for now, it's up to Paxton to figure out what the hell he's gonna do, and he's saying, "Hey, brother, I got a blue. Thank goodness I do. Chew freaking chew over to number 9. 'Cause he's got to get over there." And now we have Mr. Felipe, another impasse as well. He's going, however, to jump blue to blue. He's going to 10. He's going to 10, everybody. So he's gonna be able to get to 40 on this next turn. So if Zygarde did go there, Felipe at least is 1 turn behind him, which is pretty sick. Pretty awesome for a guy like Felipe. And now we have Karina make another red move. I think it's their one of their last red moves, but they're gonna be able to teleport somewhere pretty quick here, which is kind of nice. Now we have another situation here where we're going to be doing a little blue, which then gets passed over to Laban. So that way Laban. Oh, Laban's been in the red zone. Laban's been doing these for free, y'all. You gotta take like 3 of these back. Laban should have been moving for free these last few turns. That's my bad. But still, it has been working out. Oh no, now they're. Never mind. They're over here, bro. What am I doing? Just I don't know how many they're supposed to have at this point. We'll give them enough to get over. Because they were here. I guess they came in from here. 18 was there, so they actually just. This was them just getting here, right? Because they were here and then they went here, so they should have like. We'll give them like two. We'll be fair. We'll give them two. I feel like that's fair, including what the movement that they're about to make now, which is, I believe, was it this? Or wait, no, it was this. They're gonna move over here. We'll let them keep that. See, I probably screwed up like several of them, or none of them. I honestly don't know. This might just be a buff for the heroes. Who can say, really? But you know what we can say? Zygarde, as we're about to hit turn 17, and turn 17, we see Zygarde pulling an ultra move off of his stack. So he has done something crazy. So we know now that was nowhere here. He definitely went here. And now it's just this a split decision between whether he went to 64 or he went to 82. We don't know. There's a 50-50 chance at this point of which one that he decided to go to, but we are about to find out next turn because he's about to get revealed for the fourth and final time, which is kind of nuts. But we're about to find out what's about to happen. Let's see it. Well, actually, let's not see it. Let's let's maneuver accordingly. Whereas, well, we cannot have him block that zone. That would be the worst thing he could do. Because then Felipe is complete. Actually, no, maybe not. Because he's got 5. Felipe's also got 5. It's not the best, but actually, you know what? No, he's actually gonna red over here. He's gonna red token over there, because then he can yellow that way while Felipe yellows down this way and kind of branches off into there. Because now it's Felipe's turn. Felipe's using his yellow for sure. And he's going way to 38. Because now starting to segment off. We're boxing him in ever still. Because now if he is there, if he wants to yellow away, he has to go to 40, which he can't now. So he would have to just a red move here, here, or here, at which point we can kind of start penciling him because we're starting to squish him in once again. As Karina decides to make a maneuver here, if they went to 82, their best move is to go chow and just go way to 80 because we have prep for if they went here, and we don't have a whole lot of prep for if they can go over there. So we have to get Karina over there pronto. Whereas now we have Ansha. Ansha's over here. Ansha, just take another blue action, brother. Take another blue action, and it's got to go to someone who's low on blues. Everyone's kind of low on blues. Who's using blues? I mean, you know what? Felipe's about to start using a blue, because he's going to have to go over there. And then he's probably going to blue somewhere else. So, because this directly links to the blues. So if he's here, he's going to have to move off of it into a blue, at which point he's going to move on to a blue. And then he's going to either be able to use a blue to go to another blue, or he's going to be able to red, but he's at least staying close to on the trail, which is nice, assuming he can do that. Whereas Laban, now being in the red zone, is able to do some stuff. They're also going to go to number 10. It's just a simple red transaction here. It's very nice, very easy. Because once yellow moves to 82, they're going to be able to move down to 40 and just kind of, just stay on the trail. Stay very close to the trail. But now it is turn 18. Zygarde is using a red, and he's not using his Mega Moves because he's about to be revealed. Shadoy. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final reveal before the potential end of the game, where do you think he is? Where do you think he could be? He could literally be anywhere. Considering we've kind of mapped out where he could be, there's only really a couple places he could be. And let me tell you, that place is none other than space number 94. He made it to 94. He red moved, so now he's currently in a very bad situation. However, not necessarily super bad because he's on a yellow, so he has a lot of potential maneuvering and wiggle ability. However, it's about to turn dark as well on the next turn, so it's going to be rough. It's still going to be pretty rough. However, let's see what can happen here, because now we have good old Paxton over here with the ultra move. He's going whoosh over to here. Kind of screwing Karina, because now they can't walk over to him. But at least he's hot on the trail. Sure, it's actually kind of really bad It's actually kind of terrible. However, now also, for now until the end of the game, whenever a detective spends a Mega Move token, Zygarde can make an additional movement on their next turn. So they have to be very careful with how they're doing their stuff here. So now, anytime Karina teleports, Zygarde's gonna be able to move twice without even having to use a move double token. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be crazy. But Felipe, on the other hand, is like, ah, shit, I'm preparing for the wrong ding dong thing. And now it's just like, what do we even do? I mean, I'm gonna waltz on over to 39 here just to try to gain some ground back, but it's gonna be rough going. It's gonna be very, very rough going. As we now see Karina go, fuck. This is bad. I mean, he's literally right there, bro. He's right there. You can't do anything about it, man. Can't do anything about it. Yeah, because I can't teleport onto that zone. Although, although this is a stupid idea. I feel, but I feel like we have to do it. Bam, teleport over here. They're now on the other side of the mountain. The only way they can run, and they could literally just run to. But A3's kind of being semi-blocked. The only way they can really run is down this way, which doesn't really have anyone stopping them. This is rough, y'all. But either way, we're here. Ansha is also here. Going 5, I guess, because he's gonna start running in this general direction, so they have to start working their way down. So 35 is probably the best way to do that. So they're using another one of these, and that can go. I can go to not Karina, definitely not Karina. Felipe, maybe? Yeah, let's give it to Felipe. Whereas Laban is just gonna start, just swinging. They're starting to just use their big ultra boots, just swinging around. And now that's the end of that turn. Now 19 is coming up. It's night time. So the Johnny District. That's wow, man. They're really rooting for Zygarde here, aren't they, folks? Yikes, giving them free reign to get screwed if they want to try to chase him. Whereas now Zygarde also gets to make 2 moves because of the mega move that they used. And now Zygarde fades away once again for the last time. And he does make 2 moves, as a matter of fact. He takes his Ultra move, and then he takes a Mastery move from there. So he, once again, could literally be anywhere. But he takes an Ultra move first, which is very, very telling, because that means he's gone to 154. And now it's just a matter of where did he go from 154. He could have jumped over to 195. He could have gone to 153. He could have gone to 152. He could have gone to 117. He definitely didn't go to 117. I'd be very surprised if he went to 117 because that would be an instant Karina headshot kill. So he's somewhere within the blue district. He's somewhere within the blue district. It's just a matter of getting there. It's just a matter of getting there. Now, Mr. Paxton over here has a choice to make, and that choice. He actually, wait, he can't get it. I know he can use a mega move, but oh no, he has to use a mega move because he needs to spend it to. He literally needs to in order to move out of this zone at all. That's really bad. But he's actually gonna move over here. He's not gonna screw Karina. Actually, no, because fuck Karina. Karina can teleport, but no, because we don't want Karina to teleport. We need Karina to get skiing around. So yeah, we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna roll twice, but this is freaking rough. We got 2 reds and a blue. That's honestly pretty good, all things considered, because now we can actually do either of our options. But now he's already able to make another move. Oh, this is really bad. Felipe on his turn, he's like, oh man, I know what I gotta do. I'm gonna walk on over here with one of my simple little reds. I know I could be blueing, but like, hey, I walked over here, and now suddenly I'm pretty close to where I gotta be here, and now I get a free freaking token as well. I get 2 free red tokens, which I'm running dangerously low on. So honestly, this all kind of worked out for me, Mr. Felipe. And now we have Karina over here. Karina is like, all right, I am just simple man. My last red token will be. Oh, I could have rolled when I over there. That's nice, yeah, because I should have rolled when I teleported there. I probably missed a couple of those as well, but it's fine. It's all good. We're here, and now we're there. And now it is this person's turn, Ansha. Ansha is like, hey, brother, did you see the world that I uncovered? And they're going to 176. Another blue. And this blue will pass. Pass to you, I guess, Paxton, because you're kind of in a shitty situation. Yeah. Because then you can at least red to there, and then you can blue the hell out of there. Even though it's not going to be helpful at all. But at least you have an option. And now it is Loban's turn. Loban's also in this situation, and they don't want to get stuck into this situation. So they're going to double yellow. They're going to double yellow into that zone, because then maybe they can just they could follow suit with what freaking Detective Vert over here is doing, Detective Felipe is doing. But we'll see as we go to turn 20. And turn 20, he's quite simply just making a single. Oh, he could have moved twice, actually. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to move twice. His first move is a mystery, and then he just makes a simple little red move on top of that. So anything's possible. He's not making big steps, which means he big jumped over to here. He mysteried again, and then he did a small maneuver. So he's either doing some small maneuvers over here, doing some small maneuvers over here, or he's doing some small maneuvers over here, right? Theoretically speaking, there's like three general areas that he could be, right? I think. I think Paxton, what the hell are you doing up there, brother? Someone get on a bench. Someone save this poor man. He got stuck in here, and then he got stuck in here. He's just not having a good time with these zones. With 4 turns left, I mean, it is about to be up, so that's actually huge. He's gonna double move over here, and just because I don't know what he's gonna be able to do. And there's not a whole lot, not necessarily hope is lost, but things are looking rough. Yeah. However, things are actually looking pretty good for Mr. Boy Blue. If he's in this blue zone, which we're pretty sure he is, he's at least somewhere in the blue and starter purple zone, or starter green. He's about to start getting some free blues. But as it stands, he just did a simple little red to get to the simple little yellow. And now it is Karina's turn. Karina is spending a token to go wee to box him out of doing his 154. So he can't backtrack. He cannot backtrack. Wherever he is there. And he's not running away. Unless he's over here, in which case he could probably run away. Unless we can get someone over there pretty quickly. Which we can't. Because it's this person who's just going to use their last blue to do that. And now we don't actually need Felipe to have any of those. So we'll just give it to freaking you. Because you're out of your zone. And now you need to get out of that horrible mess. We'll put you on 7... No, I'll put you at 39. 39 seems like it makes more sense. My throat's starting to give out, y'all. We gotta... Actually, no, it's just a red. Just a red move. Just a red move. Yeah, we gotta make some moves here. But for now, it's once again Zygarde's turn. No wilds were used, so he only gets one move. And as he makes his simple move, it becomes daytime, and Paxton is now free from the hell that he kind of caused himself, you know? But hey, he's on the move. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming slowly, but he's coming. That's what she said, I guess. Now it's Felipe's turn. Felipe's like, hey, coming for you, buddy. He makes a little red move, and he's making some blues happen. And now we have Karina. Karina is going to probably... Let's have Karina go over here, just in case he's just wandering around somewhere up here. We'll have him go for another ultra move. Go wee. Because, I mean, again, he could have gone here. Because after his double whatever, it could have been, ultra. And then he could just be walking around. He could be walking slowly up here. He could be walking over here. Anything's possible at this point. World's our oyster. What's Ansha going to do, though? Ansha cannot make a great move. So they're just going to kind of leisurely stroll their way over here. To 199 with their last red. Oh, actually, that's not good. They can't do that though. They actually have to go to 185 because they're starting to run out of tokens, bro. They're literally freaking running out of tokens on. Is anyone low on reds? Oh, geez, Pax. What the hell, bro? Everyone's running low on moves. Guess it has been 2 hours. But now it is Laban's turn, and Laban says, hey, coming through. Right? Oh, you can't even go that way. So yeah, they're coming through, doing the same thing that Felipe did, except worse because she's bad at moving her token away, and it basically doesn't even. This just goes over here onto the stack of wonder there, and now Zygarde gets to move again. Zygarde is just, he's literally just leisurely commuting around wherever he wants to go here. He's feeling good. He's feeling smug. He's feeling a little too good for his boots, I hope. So, Paxton, get over there. We gotta start shaking him down. We've really got like the overall perimeter of blues, because kind of sandwich here, which is good. But also, he might not even freaking be here. It could be in the damn purples. He still could have wound up going somehow into the greens, too. I mean, he literally could be anywhere. He literally could be anywhere at this point. I think we're losing the game, y'all. But let's see. So he moved Felipe's turn. Felipe gets free blues. He's going to 124. He's just gonna try to jump around, see what happens. But at this point, he's probably not even on a blue zone, so we have to make some shitty moves, which I hate. In order to try to revert that, well, I guess we'll make a shitty move with Karina, I guess. Just go there. He's not there. That really sucks. Ansha has some space, but they don't have anything but ultra or mega moves. They don't want him to be able to move twice, so she's literally forced to go wee to 171, which I mean might be good. He might be there. He's not, but he might have been there. And then they have no choice but to go here to 120 with just a regular move. And this is just sad, man. Zygarde will be Zygarde, even though he feels pretty good, he's gonna make his next couple moves a mystery because he can, and there's really no reason not to confuse everybody. So now it's like shit. Where is he? Where the hell did he wind up going now? And it's just like, what can we even do? It's about to literally be the end of the game. Like, he's got one more turn. He gets revealed, and we have one turn to catch him. Where the hell is he supposed to be? Where are we supposed to look? I mean, he's just gonna. What can Paxton do here? Paxton has any move that is possible. He sees he can't magic his way out of this. He's just gonna join freaking Karina up there. Paxton's been kind of doing that the entire game, honestly. And then Felipe's just gonna go bow down here to 137. And he's just like, all right, he's been forced to walk these streets for far too long, and he's honestly he's just gonna keep walking the streets that he loves, and that's just respect. You gotta respect that. Karina don't though. Karina's gonna go over here, just making another pitiful stroll, and now I think they're actually just stuck. So now they can't. They don't have any reds, so they're gonna have to use their last mega to just waltz around. And then it's Ansha's turn. Ansha still only has an ultra move, so they're just bouncing back over there. But they get to pay it to whoever the hell they want. There you go. Enjoy that. Enjoy that ticket. Well, there is like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I will enjoy that ticket. Whee! Down to here. And now for their last turn, it becomes nighttime. So we'll see. Maybe this makes an impact. The Magenta District, it could. Honestly, it actually could make an impact here. Although the impact is probably more so on them. But one more maneuver. And in the final whimperings of the night, ladies and gentlemen, we discover the true identity. Where in the world is Zygarde? Ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, he made a little move. Like, it doesn't even matter. He made a little. He is not in the rogue district. He is not in the yellow district. What's that one called? I don't even know. He's not in the vert district. He is in the blue district. I know, crazy, right? He is on tile 126. And Felipe is now shaking his fist. He's pounding his tits. He's like, damn it! He was effectively, he somehow became the closest out of everybody to catching him, which is insane. They do still have one more potential turn of maneuvering to do. But it literally doesn't matter. Like, he's gonna go here. Great. Felipe is gonna walk over and be like, you son of a... He's gonna use his blue power to go like, you son of a... You little son of a... You son of a... You son of a... And then Karina's like, I was so close. We were all so close. Some closer than others. Let's be honest here. Like, what happened here? They literally can't make a proper move. They just wind up... They literally can't move, actually. I think she just dies. Honestly, just dies. Because they only have one token, and they need 2 to move in the district. So they literally just explode out of not being able to make a maneuver. So we just lost off of that, too. And then what the hell is Rose gonna do? Go over here? That's nice. So, I mean, at the end... Oops, I smacked the microphone, sorry. At the end... We got a lot closer than we could have been. Honestly, they could have been over here. They could have been over here. I do think this was kind of me playing to at least get a little closer. Instead of like... I kind of put all of their eggs into the correct basket at the end there. But even then, it still just wasn't enough. Zygarde just went crazy. And he didn't even use his other double token. He evaded. He managed to just properly just elude. Or evade? Elude, not elude, elude his opponents. And hey, listen, y'all, this might have been a long game. I apologize it was so long, but it is so much fun. It is so much fun, and I cannot wait to play Fury of Dracula on here now, because I think it works. I think this system works. I do think it's a little unfair, obviously, but hey, but it's table for one, baby. That's what we're here for. We're here to just play the game. If for those of you who want to know where Zygarde was moving throughout the entire time, those are the spaces that they moved. So they started at 73. They started at 73. They started right there. And I think Karina started right there. So it was already like, oh dear Lord, this is really bad off the bat. So they just kind of putzed around a little bit. They went up. They went over here. They kind of just did a little loop. And then when they first got revealed, which was actually right there, luckily, they were able to double it up. They kind of just went over here. You could see the path. You could see the path. They kind of jumped up to here for a bit. Then they kind of really hugged the banisters and the beams. They went from 10 to 159, which is legal because there's a blue. I'm going. Thank goodness, I got scared for a second. Yeah, they went over here. They jumped around a little bit. They shuffled back over, then they shuffled all the way to down here. They really abused that outside loop, and then by the time the last call for their location was, they were over there, then they just jumped on over here. And instead of jumping around more of the gold like some of them thought, he just kind of took it easy. He just walked over here and then just started taking a little stroll down blue lane for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, overall, very insanely fun game, really well made. I want to play it again already, but I gotta go to bed. It's 4:30 in the morning. So thank you for tuning in to Table for One, everybody. This is Lumiose Yard. You can find it on Tabletop Simulator, and that is it. Play it. It's awesome. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye now.